Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and this is actually a video update that I decided to do just for the heck of it, impromptu. Last week I was in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and for those of you who know, and for those of you who are familiar with the story of the cryptid known as Mothman, this is probably coming as to no surprise if you have been following me for a while. But I've gone to what was supposed to be the festival, but was canceled due to COVID last year. And despite that, people still came out and we had a blast. We met a ton of people and it was a lot of fun. But this year was the return, as they were calling it. And I absolutely adored it. It was much smaller than what I'm used to coming from Indiana and our covered bridge festivals, which draw in millions, and I do mean millions of people. So it's very small scale. It's a quaint town, and they love their cryptid. Good for them. But it was interesting. I learned something this year, and I think it comes from a meme from Fallout 76. And I haven't played Fallout 76, so please don't flame me. But I want to now because I saw Flatwoods Monster was, and I thought, ooh, and I got all excited because I think Flatwoods is a very interesting creature. But Mothman is probably my ultimate favorite cryptid, other than, of course, Bigfoot, because Bigfoot is statewide. But Bigfoot is really important to Indiana in particular because apparently, from what I've heard, and I've been interested ever since I was a knee-high to a grasshopper, but I had always been just fascinated with Bigfoot ever since I was small. So I got into it when I read Mysteries of the Unexplained book, which I still have as a Reader's Digest book. It's rare, but it's in my reference category. And I love this book, and it got me into cryptids, particularly Bigfoot and the Jersey Devil. So, I mean, I've always been just drawn to things that are inexplicable, or the unusual, the strange, the macabre, all that. But, yeah, Bigfoot's important to us. We have a Bigfoot society, go figure. But yeah, that was the first cryptid for me. And then, of course, it would be Jersey Devil and then Mothman. And I've educated myself over the years on cryptids, and I've written about ones that I've created myself. So it's a lot of fun, and I like the whole the thrill of it. I like the adrenaline rush it gives me. I like the fear, because we can all relate to being intimidated by what we don't comprehend, what we can't grasp. It's so human. We all relate to this. It's just that the fact of not knowing, basically, and that terrifies us, not being able to put a label on something or put something into a nice little box that we can handle and get sense of. Because all these creatures, they are misunderstood, I think, and maybe not all of them benevolent, but given I said that, I thought it was a lot of fun. I met a lot of people. John Russo was there. We forgot to take a picture, my surrogate brother and I, and I'm kind of kicking myself for that, but I did meet him. Very down-to-earth guy, super sweet. He wrote Night of the Living Dead, which was actually my first introduction into B film. Thanks, Mom. But I love zombie films, not the slashers, but more like Night of the Living Dead is more my pace. And my mom's name was Barbara. So of course you can imagine I would tease her with the universal line, "They're coming to get you, Barbara. They're coming for you." And of course she was like, roll her eyes at me, and I would just laugh uncontrollably. But we had an odd relationship. But we were close. I adored getting on her like that, just to see her reaction. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had just the time of my life. There were vendors there. There was food there. They had a lot of music. A lot of it was metal music. Of course, they had oldies, which I like. They played a bunch of really old like from the 60s and from the 50s, and stuff from the 70s and 80s, you know, stuff, things I grew up with. And I adore it. I love music like that. I'm into classics. The classics never die. I mean, they're classics for a reason. There were people that were dressed up in Fallout costumes. There were people dressed as the Mothman. There were people dressed as Men in Black. I wanted to see an Indrid Cold. I thought, where's Indrid Cold? Because I was looking everywhere. I didn't see any. But I thought maybe some of the people are kind of going for an Indrid Cold look. But I would have, you know, if I could do Indrid Cold, I would. Because he would be a super easy cosplay, honestly. Yeah, but I've gotten more interested in Indrid Cold. I mean, I knew about him, but there was more to it. And sometimes he's associated with the Mothman, which is intriguing. And I thought, ooh, yeah, a little bit of extra spice to the story. But I had just the time of my life. And you may wonder why I'm in this regalia today. And it should be obvious, but if you know anything, this is the weekend for Hippie Fest. And I wanted to go to Nashville because one of my dear friends is actually going to be selling some of his rocks and gems and things like that. He's a lapidarist. So I thought, rock show. If you know me, yeah, you know I am a crystal nut. So that says a lot. Hence my name on Instagram is Crystal Rose 1979, but I can't go. Reelsville's having a market. Can't go. We might go to Rochdale's Blues Fest. Maybe. I don't know. It all depends. I'm hoping we do because I would like to get some video of that. But if you don't see any video, then we didn't go, obviously. But I'm going to Hippie Fest. I'm going to take some video while I'm there. Pictures. I love Hippie Fest. I went for the first time last year. I'm like, yes, this is my element. And, you know, I'm my happy place. But it's difficult to get tickets because they sell out like boom, hotcakes. I really don't have much to say about Mothman Fest other than we got to see some really good movies made by hometown people that were there. They were actually quite well produced. The Jersey Devil one was a little bit hokey in spots. It could have used a little bit of tweaking. I liked it though because I had to educate my surrogate brother as I thought, you're from Jersey. How could you not know? I was like, he's like, I know about the Jersey Devil, but I just didn't. I'm like, ugh, how could you not? I mean, this is a widely known tale that most of us are familiar with, but when you dig into the depths, it was actually about a person, which I knew. I mean, I knew about the Leeds Devil, but like I said, this is something that I've been fascinated by ever since I was small. So I've always been into cryptids. This is nothing unusual for me. And seeing the merchandise of how it was done and the work behind it, and I was surprised. Like we saw a friend of ours, Josh, who had come to West Virginia from Greencastle area to the Mothman Festival, and I thought, "Where's your mom?" We said, "Where's your mom?" I was like, "She didn't come." I thought, she's such a stick in the mud. Wonderful woman, but just doesn't know how to have fun, which is kind of sad. But to each their own. I don't really judge. If you just want to kind of live the way you want to live, I have nothing against that, but I think life is worth going to small things like this and seeing the people behind it and understanding the story, the lore, and learning more. And community is everything. Community is what makes it intriguing, at least to me. Let's see. Supergroup hugs. Yeah, they were there. And I remember my first con when I actually got on my show, because at first I did TriCon after my dad died, and I got overwhelmed. I was still in the process of going through a lot of just grief in general. So coming into the public again, I didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want to be a burden to other people, but I don't feel that way now. I'm totally different, as you can see. Thank God, but you just can't live a life secluded and cloistered unless that's what you want. But for me, I'm a people person, so I prefer being out among other people. But first convention was PopCon, and this is before I met my surrogate brother, but there was a group of people there, artists known as Super Group Hugs. And I love their work, and their style of art is very pretty and very bright and colorful and vibrant. And they're just nice people, very talented, extremely talented. And every time you come, they'll have something new from another new fandom. And I thought, you, I mean, I saw them, I said, you, and like, they don't remember me, but I'm like, it's fine. But it was the same person, the same guy who had been at the convention, like, you're here. And of course they had two people in costume. One was a creepy clown, which I thought was hilarious because this apparently is the year of Attack of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yes, I love that movie so much. It's so funny. And then they had a guy in a gorilla suit, and it was hot. So I thought, oh my God, for the people who were wearing full scale Mothman costumes, I thought, well, we met a few of them too, and they were made of black sheets, silk sheets. And I thought, please hydrate, don't faint. I don't want to see you faint, but they were being smart. So thank God. But they were cool. I mean, I love that's so easy. Such a simple, that would be another really simple way to do cosplay, though. It would be super hot, very stuffy, but they were drinking water like they should. What more can I say? Oh yeah, my friend from, my filmmaker friend, Bart Willard, he had been writing some things on his Facebook saying, I will be attended as Andrew from That Which Remains. I thought, no, you don't. Yeah, you're pulling our leg. You're not going to be there. And all of a sudden, it was second day, and I was enjoying the music. And I see out on my periphery, I see him in his 3D printed steampunk costume. I thought, Bart? And he sees me, we see each other, and we start talking, and it's like I'm reuniting with my old friend again. And he's still looking for funding for That Which Remains, so that's the only update I have on that one. I'm still an extra. I'm going to be in the background. I'm really hoping I get to wear something really pretty, something Victorian, just kind of walking by. I can't wait to see what he has in mind for the extras in this film, because I already know it's, Victorian era steampunk, so, and diesel punk, so I'm so excited. I've never done anything like this before. It's something I've always wanted to do. Beyond that, that's all I have to say. I will be going to Hippie Fest, so like I said, video from that, maybe Roachdale Blues Fest, who's to say? But looking forward. Definitely looking forward. So, till next time, live long and prosper. Ciao, tutti.